Hey everybody, this is Sean Powell. I wanted to take a minute and talk about something with Exitus Elite. One of the biggest things I've noticed when it comes to coming to an online business is really deciding, is this the business I should be doing? Is Exitus Elite the right business for me, or whatever way you want to word it? I just want you to know, excuse me, that I've done other businesses. When I say done other businesses, I haven't been in online business for a long period of time, but I came from affiliate marketing right from the get-go at a low dollar item. And I went from there to another business where it really took off, basically almost the exact same thing. That's where I learned how to pick up residual income. And that's really how I got free from a job, was with residual income. And then going from there to other businesses, no matter what you get in, if you believe in it at that time particular, and you apply the action, you're going to learn something from it, y'all. And you really can't control what happens to any business, and that's the truth with real life, or I'm talking about like a real plant somewhere you work at, or if it's here, on the online business, you really can't control what happens into that sense. You understand what I'm saying? So one of the best things you can do is find a business you believe in and just put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Something else a lot of people mess up, I believe, is they have a tendency to want to be guru guy or guru girl, or something like that. You don't have to try to impress anybody, y'all. All you really got to do is just open your mouth, put the work in, and learn from everything you do and get seen. Understand, if you're not applying action, if they're not getting seen, I'm not growing. Now, a lot of people, especially now in the last, I'd say in the last couple of year and a half or so, the answer to this has always been buy traffic, buy traffic, buy traffic. As soon as you get into a business and to the personal Facebook group, you're going to see people talking about it's the very first thing they do. In my opinion, if you are branding yourself and then doing that avenue, great. But most people are not branding themselves. And to be honest, y'all, if I am paying to put people in front of what I'm looking at, I want them to be branding to who I am. It's going to impress them to who I am. It's going to make me, in this case, the Exitus Elite guy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's how it's going to be known. And if I'm paying for something, it's going to happen. But to be honest, y'all, to do it successfully, as far as like solo ads and things of that nature, you can't do it halfway and expect to get really incredible results. If you want to know how people are doing incredible jobs, incredible work when it comes to online business, they're the ones who's making the videos. They're the ones who are, well, I tell you, in at $1,000 item, phone numbers and giving phone calls is a big thing. Getting phone calls. I wouldn't necessarily be calling people. I never have. To me, it just comes across a little bit somewhat desperate. I want people to see what I do. They hear me say, y'all, look, there's a link down below. If you notice, there's my phone number. It says all I do for a living. Give me a call. I'll be tickled to help you out. Something like that is going to be a call to action that if someone's really looking, they're going to connect with you and they're going to give you a call. If you believe in your business, that alone could be the only thing that you're missing. I'm telling you, so many times if people are on the fence and if they would have talked to the person that they're interested in, you don't think they would? You think they'd still be on the fence, or would it push them across? Well, if they can't get in touch with you, there's a game changer right there. You got to be accessible. You got to show people that you're real, and then you got to show them that you believe in your business. Because these people are not calling you because they're bored. They're on the fence. You understand what I'm saying? So that's very, very important. To me, the higher the price of the items or whatever's taking place, the more important for people to connect with you. Now, if you're doing a low item, and let me show you an example, y'all. Now, I just want to give you some idea. This was the second business I came into. All right. Okay. I absolutely loved it. I was putting the hammer down like you won't believe. I was using Facebook. I did a couple of YouTube videos, but that was not my main source. The reason why, and I keep telling people this, you want to focus it one way at getting out to the people and master that one way. At this point, I was still just learning how to really master Facebook. Now, and this month, this was really an early picture. I was averaging about 325 members a month. And at times I would double second place on the leaderboard, y'all. And why? Because I was applying the action. I was showing people something I believed in, and I learned how to stand out on Facebook. So that's exactly what I was doing. Now, since I've done this, and even though I was getting 300 plus members a month, y'all, I want you to listen to this. This is very, very important. I was still barely paying my bills. Now think about that, y'all. 300 members a month, building a heck of a list. Number one on the leaderboard, stayed that way for a while, for a right good time, and I'm still barely paying my bills. I barely have any bills. What does that tell you? Something's wrong. Okay, now let me explain to this. Steve Riddell is a great guy when it comes to YouTube. Charles Bolay, great on YouTube. Tim Chisanis and Michael were the creators and owner of the business I was in. Okay, this, I don't even know who that is, to be honest. Karen Petty, she was able to quit her job in a very short period of time, knew exactly what she's doing. Marissa Bush is honestly one of the sharpest ladies in online business and for doing YouTube. I'm serious. She's one of the very first ones who really tried to reach out to me and show me what I needed to do with YouTube. Jennifer Nash, who's doing YouTube. Jerry Fry, I'm not exactly certain who that is, to be honest. I think you get the gist of it. Out of all these people, I was the only one really focusing. Now, they were doing paid advertisement, is what they were doing. Plus, they were in charge of the business, so a little bit of branding for them as well, with web pages and things of that nature. I was using Facebook and a phone. You know what I'm saying? Now, what did I learn? Staying focused at one way, getting in a business you believe in, and just putting a hammer down, y'all, is going to get you results. That's exactly what I learned. And I learned from everything I did. To me, y'all, so many people, they want to go read and study how to do something, and then they go apply the action. The problem is, it's all theory. You're talking about making something work for you, that worked for someone else. You need to learn to make it work for you your way. Your way. I wish, sometimes I think people hear that and they don't grasp what I'm trying to say. When you're applying action your way, and you learn to make it work your way, it is working for you your way. And there's the big difference. I was the type of person that I applied the action and I learned from what I was doing, and that's how I succeeded, as opposed to reading and getting a PhD in business before I even put the wheels to the ground. And to me, it's not the same. I think when you're applying the action and just getting out there, and you're not going to quit, and you learn from everything you do, it's just a matter of time. If you know you're not going to quit, it's just a matter of time. And that's what I keep telling people. And that's exactly how I looked at it. Applying action. If I'm not getting seen, I'm not growing. And to me, that's a given. Okay. Let's see here. Well, I was able to quit my job in 6 months with this technique right here. I left the business. I went to another business. And the other business, I wanted to focus on how to get out to the people, y'all. And what did I do? I didn't even contact my list because I wanted it to be real. I wanted to know where it came from. Even though I had about 7,500, 8,000 people, somewhere in the ballpark, I did not hit my list. I started from day one, from a dead stop, y'all, with another business. It was a rev share. And I just put all the work in with YouTube. I was excited about the business. I had $17 in my account that I have made since I was in that business. It wasn't like I had all these 6 digits of income trying to impress people. It wasn't necessary. What was more important was that people could sense that I was sincerely excited about my business. And y'all, I put the work in. I started hammering away at YouTube every day. Bam, bam, bam. And look, first month in, I'm talking referral commissions. Referral commissions that could go in my pocket. That kind of income. I made $1,100 my first month in, right? Well, I was learning to put stuff together. Now, this is only one business. I actually had another business on the side. It was my residual power lead systems. It's always going to be the backbone to any business I do because it teaches me how to brand myself. Things I keep telling you are so important that make you stand out from the other people, right? So I was getting paid from that as well. And I was about $900, $1,100 a week, somewhere in the ballpark that I was making with that. I'm not even counting that, y'all. Not even counting that. Just a new business from a dead stop using YouTube alone. First month, I made $1,100. Second month, y'all, I made almost $6,000. Third month, in 90 days, in third month, in the last 30 days of that, I had made $12,800, almost $1,300. I'm sorry, $13,000 in 30 days. And all I was doing was using YouTube, and I was posting on my timeline, just to show people this is what I'm doing. Hey, y'all, check out my new business. This is what I'm doing now. Bam. Just to show people that this is what I'm doing. I wanted to be that person of that business like I am now, Exitus Elite guy. That's how you want to come across and brand yourself into a business. And in the Facebook group that I was sending people to, I was being active in it. I would post comments and things that I thought, and I would give people recognition for succeeding or coming into the business. I'd welcome into it. Treat it like a real business. Be accessible. And at that time, I still hadn't learned everything. I mean, to be honest, it kind of spooked me. My goal was to make $7,000 a month. I blew past it so quickly that it actually kind of scared me, to be honest. Now, in that business, we had a problem with the pay source, and they wound up holding the money from the pay source for 6 months. So right when that first took place, y'all, everybody I knew personally in my business had came in that way. What did I do? I did the exact same thing again, y'all. I threw the gauntlet down, and when everybody else was whining and complaining, and this is something that will be learned from this too, y'all. If you believe in a business, and you put the work in, this is very important, and you hit your roadblocks, and there will be roadblocks. I don't care what business you do, there will be something. Pay source, something always happens. I promise you. This is online business. There's a lot of little wheels need to turn to make everything work for you. You understand? Now, if you put the work in, you believe in that business that you're in, and you hit your roadblocks, you're going to find a way around that roadblock. You're going to go over it. You always hear go under it, go through it, you're going to do something to make it work. The people who did not really believe in the business, they're going to be the first ones bad-mouthing it, and out the door they go. Watch. That's what not believing in your business does for you. You're going to have people that's only there just for the money. That's all they are. They don't care about anything else. They're not trying to put the work in. And what they're going to do is they're going to be gone. Now, what I did at that time, and I learned a lot from this, y'all. This is very important. Listen to this. When everybody else was leaving, going south, I decided, you know what? There's not many people promoting it. I am going to put the hammer down again. I started hard on YouTube once again, talking about it. And the only thing I promoted was with Payza and bank wires. I want you to listen to this, y'all. Payza and bank wires. It was very tough to do this because Payza was so overwhelmed with our business. Once again, y'all, I went from 0 to 10,000 plus a month in 90 days. Again, with nothing more than YouTube alone, from a dead stop again. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about when I'm saying you just got to find a business you believe in. Know you're not going to quit. Focus it one way, getting out to the people. So let's think about it. Focusing at Facebook got me free from a job, got me at the top of the leaderboard, and I stayed there, right? It wasn't the right business necessarily. I learned a lot, y'all. It was definitely worth it, but it wasn't really going to make the money I wanted to make. So it was time to go. I led the leaderboards to my last day there when I quit. Now, I left there. I went and found another business. I did not contact my list. I started from a dead stop once again, and I went to 10,000 plus a month in 90 days. I did it twice in that business. Now, since then, they had a lot of things take place, and I was not capable. The business was really kind of brought down to its knees at the moment. I definitely haven't quit the business. It's not entirely gone, but until something's resolved, I had to move on. What did I learn? I learned that if you're a leader, as much as I loved that business I was in, if you're a leader, and if I'm standing there with a picket sign saying, I love this business, but I can't get paid for 6 months, if not longer, I don't care what kind of following you have, they're going to start dropping off like flies. If you're a leader, you've got to be leading. Now, this is why I say this. Even though you are fully attached to that business, even though you Or, and maybe some of the people below you right there with you, they may be really, really attached to the business as well. A lot of those people are not at the level you are at, and they don't care about what's taking place right now. And I'm just telling you reality. What they're carrying is that now money. I want to get paid now. And this ain't working. You know what I'm saying? If I just started a business and I've been in for a week and the whole thing goes down like that, then what do? I'm not going to sit around with a picket sign with you. I'm going to go find something. I got to get out there and get money. I got to get paid. I got to make this work. And if I'm sitting here holding that picket sign, over a period of time, I'm going to be the last one standing there holding it. You understand what I'm saying? So, what did I do? I got out and I started looking for businesses. I don't look very often. You understand what I'm saying? And when I find what I'm excited about, I do my research on it. I do my homework on it. I call people. I ask them, hey, and I look for people who are not gurus. I'm not interested in a guru. I don't want to see the results of some guy that's got 30,000 people underneath him, and he sends out some emails, and the first 20 people jump in without even looking at it. That's not what I'm impressed with. I want to see the normal marketer who's out there putting in the work. He's got to be applying action. Maybe using the default stuff was even better, if there's default pages and things, and seeing the results they got. That's what impressed me. Seeing a guy make $18,000, and this was not a big guru. Seeing a guy that was in another business, that he made $2,000 right from the get-go, and I've seen him, he's a really good guy, but, I knew where he was at level-wise, and people were coming into his business regularly. It was a really good thing. He wound up making, I think he said $24,000 in a month and a half or something like that. $24,000. And that's exactly what I was looking for. I knew if I got into something and I'm excited about it, that I'm going to succeed in it. I'm not being cocky, but I know I'm going to put the work in. I'm not going to quit. If I believe in the business, it's going to work. I know that, right? What excited me was the fact that the other people that came into the business, they're the ones that excited me because of the fact I was seeing the normal marketer doing so well. That's exactly what I was looking for. Now, let me go down here, show you something here. Exitus Elite, if you don't know exactly how we get paid, I guess I'll show that to you as well. Okay. This is only for one leg, y'all. I really want to explain to y'all as to, how we get paid. All right, sponsor, first one in goes up to the sponsor. That's going to be $1,000 plus the person itself. You want to give this leg up, okay? You absolutely want to give this up because of the fact that it's going to happen to you and you're going to continuously to get this. Now, understand, just one leg. So you pay, this is $2.99 for the administration fees. It's the only pay that gets made from the Exitus Elite itself. That pays for the landing page, sales page, and the autoresponder emails. The $1,000, y'all, I want you to listen to this. That $1,000 pay is how we get paid at 100% commissions. And that's a beautiful thing, y'all. Okay, so I sponsor you. You come in, you say, hey, I want to do this. I get paid. That's the $1,000 goes to me. The very first one right here, now something I personally do is I put the first person in for you. Okay, so that's something I'll be doing for you in the business. So you ain't got to worry about it. So the very first person you put in, instead of being passed up, it's going to be your money. Okay, that's something I've been doing and I'll continue to do. Now, so the very first person you put in is that $1,000 right here, right? Well, the very first person they put in is this one. It goes to you as well. The very first person they put in is this one. It never stops. It goes unlimited as far over as it can go with you getting paid, and all you did was put one person in. You understand what I'm saying? And the pay keeps coming. Now, if you're putting the hammer down and getting out to the people, and you've got, I got like 35 legs in a very short period of time. I don't even know how many legs I got, to be honest. Then all these people have this potential to do that while you're out putting the work in also. And that to me is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You'll be surprised at how often you'll wake up some mornings and you'll have $1,000. Here's another thing too, y'all. If this person was not a true beginner and they had been in online business for a few businesses and they already told somebody else and they're excited about the business they got in, they know that they're getting in, you're talking about making $1,000 with a second $1,000 coming in 15 minutes, 2 hours in the same day that's coming in. Y'all, about 1 out of every 3 people, maybe 1 out of 4 at times, was doing this on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? And you have no idea who this person is, and you're getting another $1,000 in the same day. I know $1,000 can change people's lives, but can you imagine when you're making $2,000 at a time when it comes that easily? It can come this way. All you really got to do, y'all, is show people the value of this business. $1,000 immediately paid in your hands at 100% commissions is an awesome business. And y'all, I'm gonna show you something else too. You remember me talking to you about being number one on the leaderboards, how I was barely paying my bills, right? I'm gonna show you what this has done for me. This alone has done for me. This is one of my newest. Well, I want to show you this. I made $31,000 in 13 days. Okay, that's actually the pay of it, how it came through. You know, it's up there. Now I want to show you. This is my newest ad. It's not the prettiest ad in the world. I'll grant you that, but I think you'll get the point. I hope I didn't blow it up too big. Okay, this will work, I guess. Well, it's kind of in the way, ain't it? Okay, well, you know what? I'll go to something else. This ain't the best picture. It's not showing it very well. I've got it on my timeline here. Okay, maybe this will work better. Yeah, I think that'll work better. Okay. All right. So I wanted a new driveway for my yard. This is it. That's a $3,100 driveway. It goes back over here. I got an old Victorian house, a big 2-story house. So this really is what I wanted, a half drive going in the front yard, this going down the side, another place to park my vehicles, and then all my walkways from here to the side of the house to over here to the swimming pool, all that nice little curvy little, walkways, things of that nature. It was a really nice little project I've been wanting. $3,100 for the whole project to get done. I paid for that in last month. Okay, now needed 4 tires on my Camaro. I went and got 4 brand new tires for my Camaro. You're talking about someone after 26 years of being in restaurants. What I would consider getting tires was going to a used place and buying tires, because that to me was the only way I could really afford it, to not spend a whole bunch of money. I went and bought 4 brand new tires on my Camaro right here, put in a new DVD player, right? Now, because I do online business and my laptop was starting to have problems, I went and bought a new laptop, the one I'm using right now, right? Love my laptop, awesome. 8 gigabyte, I'm sorry, 8 gigs of RAM, a 1 terabyte hard drive, touchscreen, nice computer. Very pleased with it. Little boy loved it so much, loved playing Minecraft and all of his games, because he'll play the mess out of games that he would love to play. It's a dream for him to always been able to, to do YouTube videos, things of that nature. So I decided that I was going to buy him one. So I bought 2 identical laptops. They're both identical. They're both very good laptops. And listen to this, y'all. I paid off an $8,000 second mortgage. $8,000 second mortgage on my house. I paid that off last month. And I bought my dream car. It's a Jaguar XK convertible, sapphire blue with white leather interiors, got the wood grain dash, Alpine stereo system. Beautiful car. One of my dream cars, to be honest, especially the color. I love it. Big V8 engine, and I paid cash for it. This was all last month, y'all. This is not including Power Lead Systems income. This is Exitus Elite alone. I was capable of paying for all that. And let me show you something else too, y'all. I haven't planned on doing this, but I think it'd be worth it. Let me see here how far I got to go down. This is what my timeline looks like, y'all. Just putting motivational stuff up here at time, getting people to comment below. Here's this is what being free from a job does for y'all. Able to do things in my house I've always wanted to do. Took a walk-in closet, cut it, made it to a counter, a little bar for the kids. I did all the painting up here. I made it to a right nice little arcade. I've got 13 big arcade games. I got a pool table, air hockey table, and a 2-lane basketball, and a foosball table. It's it's quite a bit. It's a big arcade. Let's see if we can find what I want to hear. Okay, this is Exitus Elite showing that month I made $40,000 in 1 month, my first month in. And okay, here you go. I want you to see this. $53,400. Today is November the 1st, y'all. I've got about $55,000 sitting in the bank now. This is 10/24. 10/24. Y'all, this was one week ago, basically. $53,000 plus buying everything that you saw I bought last month. You're talking about somebody who lived tight, worked 65 hours a week in a restaurant. I literally worked 40 hours a week, every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for so long that my family quit asking me to go to the family get-togethers because they knew I couldn't go. That's the honest truth, y'all. And the most money I ever kept in it, even living tight, my house payment's really cheap. I made sure I did a lot of good decisions when I was younger. Bought my old two-story house when I was 27 years old. I wound up being $15,000 was the most money I ever kept in my pocket. $50,000 to $60,000 stays in my account while I am paying off loans, buying things, that nature. That's absolutely incredible. Y'all, I'm going to tell you something else too. I have enough money in the bank right now to pay off my house entirely, pay it off, and still have $25,000 left over in the bank. $25,000, well, $27,000 because I got $2,000 more than this, and have $27,000 left over. It would not have happened if I didn't get an online business, but I'm going to tell you something just as important. It wouldn't have happened if I stayed in this business. You see what I'm saying? I learned what I learned. I applied the action. I put the work in. But y'all, there's more to it than that. You are going to have to find the right kind of business that's going to give you the income you're looking for. Now, the residual income, I will show you this real quick. I think it's kind of important. Let me show you something, y'all. This is what I consider branding myself into a business, right? Okay, this is using Exitus Elite as my primary business. I'm using Power Lead Systems to brand myself. Understand, y'all, no matter what business I ever do, Power Lead Systems will be the backbone to that business. Now, I get paid pretty good with Power Lead Systems. I woke up last night to 2 gold members in Power Lead Systems. I got a diamond yesterday, which is $100, a platinum yesterday, which is $400, and I know I've got another guy that's coming in either the next couple of days, and he's going to go diamond and gold. Okay, so I mean, you got to realize that alone would pay the bills I've got right by itself. But you know, even if I didn't get paid with Power Lead Systems at all, I wouldn't really mind, because the whole objective is, what is it doing for my business, my primary business? YouTube is free, y'all. All I got to do is put my work in, learn how to make things like I want it, and get out to the people. This whole page, y'all, is about people connecting with me. That's what this is for. There's my phone number. There's my training page. That's my YouTube channel. There's me and my little boy. There's my sponsor. This is the Facebook groups they need to be in to connect with me. This is the Entrepreneur Power Hour that shows me and Frank together doing a webinar on this business so they can connect with me. This is me talking about it so they can connect with me. You understand what I'm saying? This is them connecting with me on Facebook. This is another page of me describing Power Lead Systems and showing crazy amounts of income I've made with Power Lead Systems alone. Again, it's branding me every step of the way. Do you think that ain't worth it? If I didn't get paid nothing in Power Lead Systems, y'all, this is how you do it. I'm telling you, this is exactly how you do it. So anybody, y'all, I want you to listen. If you're in Power Lead Systems, if you're not in Power Lead Systems and you're in Exitus Elite and you want to know how to do it, quit branding other people. Brand yourself. Brand yourself, y'all. Everybody's got a story. You know what's so odd? People say, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Well, when they call me on the phone, because they see my number down below, and people usually want to talk to me if they're serious about a business, they call me on the phone. The very first thing is they start telling me about their story, about how this happened, this and stuff like that. And most recently, I talked to a guy who's in Exitus Elite already, but he needed Power Lead Systems, right? And he had actually got an axe into his ankle recently, and that he's, had a couple things taking place in his life, and he wanted to do online business, And y'all, he got a heck of a story. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do, y'all, is open your mouth, get out there and put the work in. And you know what? It's really going to take off when you quit caring about someone on Facebook that might see you or someone on YouTube that might hear you, and just say what you need to say. When you do that, things change. Because if you believe in the business, sincerity is all you got to do. That is that simple, y'all. It's just, this page is so simple to make, y'all. Y'all have no idea how simple it is. And all I got to do is go to Power Lead Systems, click down here, edit anything I want to edit, save it, and bam, there it is. You know what I'm saying? Anything I want, I added this yesterday. I changed a couple things around, little things. It don't take me 2 minutes to do this kind of stuff, y'all. So, all right, I don't want to make this too long, y'all. I know it's been a little bit. Seriously, y'all, like I said, different businesses are different. Exitus Elite, I've never seen any way to make $1,000 as easily and as quickly as I had with from Exitus. Let me see if I can show you again real quick. Again, y'all, I know $1,000 to change people's lives. This is 8,000 in one day, 5,000, 3,000, 2,000, 2,000, $7,000, and this was like a week and a half, 2 weeks later from the time I began. $7,000, and then waking up a lot of these days to this. This is the first month. This is not all the money I've made. This is the first month. Y'all, I know this is life-changing income. Let me ask you something. Do you realize I get just as many, if not more people, into a business like this than I did at an $18 level? Because if you sell the big picture, if you show them the value of $1,000 immediately in your hands, this is what people are looking for. People do not get into online business to make $18. You understand what I'm saying? They get in online business to change their lives. And this is changing your life. It's like I said, man, everything I was showing in the picture earlier. That's why it's the right business. That's why you need to be in Exitus Elite. And to be honest, if you really want to go to the next level, you need to be in Power Lead Systems. So if anybody's listening to this much, as much as I talk, I know I talk a lot, then if you need Exitus Elite, then contact me down below, y'all, because I put the first person in for you in your business, like I said. Secondly, if you're in Exitus Elite, you're not in Power Lead Systems, y'all, then this is what you need to be doing. Then click the link down below, y'all, and this is what's going to happen. It's going to take you to here. Click Power Lead Systems, and I've got another page where I show you the kind of income I was making. And, I've got, man, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, my YouTube channel, I have got a bunch of videos. 1,535 subscribers, and I'm just constantly putting in new videos all the time. And, I'm explaining how I do things. I have a lot of videos on Power Lead Systems. I've got one recently, I've just recently done up here. Exitus Elite Power Lead Systems, what worked for me. Literally telling you what I did to get it to work. Exitus Elite sponsored with Power Lead Systems, massive proof of income. There you go right here. This is me showing all the diamonds and gold members I've gotten in a period of time. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is the answer. It is the answer. If I didn't make a dime from Power Lead Systems, I wouldn't care. Sign me up for the next 5 years, because branding myself is the most important thing I can do to any business that I believe in doing in the first place. And that's a fact. So I'm going to end it at that. So y'all contact me down below if you need anything. I'll be tickled to help you out. And appreciate it.